Knicks were down by 22 points, Allen, in the third quarter. And with a couple of minutes to go, they cut to within 4, but never really were able to get over the hill.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the issue, obviously, with the offense for this team in scoring, especially late go-to scorers. But you want to, as you're watching these games, though, down the stretch for this team, you're looking at your young players on this team, their minutes, their experience, and crunch time as well. R.J. Barrett was out there throughout all of it. He had himself a good game, 17 points, the 8 of 19 shooting. He'll continue to work on, but he had a lot of very positive moments in this game. Frank Ntilikina with the start, 12 points and 0 turnovers as well. So, you want to watch what these players are doing and see how they grow through these games and the experience, Monica, right, in crunch time. You'd love to see them try to get wins out of these games, but I think right now that's what you're looking for, the young guys and how they're playing.
I would agree with you on that, and I think particularly the late push is something to take a little bit of pride in. You had Frank Ntilikina and Damian Dotson knock down big-time threes as the Knicks were trying to close that gap. But I'm not going to lie, Han, for me, part of it is let's not get here. Can we avoid getting here at all? And I get it. I mean, basketball
that second quarter is why we got here.
Basketball is a game of runs, and we say that you take it possession by possession, but I think there's only so many times that you're going to be able to come back from a deficit. The Pacers are a team that are contending for a 4 spot in the East. You know what I mean? So, yes, we love it. Damian Dotson hit a big-time 3. Frank Ntilikina comes up big. R.J. Barrett gets a couple buckets down that stretch, but a little too late.
Yeah, well, again, the second quarter, and we talked about this at halftime, that was the biggest issue, is you get off to, the Pacers looked like they were still on vacation for a little bit. They were messing around, missing a lot of shots early in that game. The turnovers in that first quarter were rough. But once they got into a rhythm in that second quarter, the Knicks defense got way too loose. Their bench defense, not very good. And so you end up being, you have a 20 to 15 lead after 1. You're down 7 at the half. So now you're trying to climb back into this game. And I mean, they're down by 22 points in that third quarter. So, right, as Monica said, the fact that you can make this a game is good, and it's good for the young players, but you don't need to be there.
Yeah, Pacers scored 36 points in the second quarter after scoring only 15 points in the first quarter. And in the third quarter, they went on that run, 12-2 run to start. And again, they're up by 22 points, but the Knicks were able to fight back in the final 12 minutes.
Yeah, and again, going into that fourth quarter, they're down 15 points, but as we said, they keep battling. The young guys did. R.J. Barrett with the drive there, and now the Knicks are down by 11. The Garden's getting into it because that's what we do. We keep cheering no matter what. Ntilikina, as Monica mentions, hits that. It's 91-83, just under 7 minutes to go. Barrett again, 19 years old, and he continues to show you that he can just get to the bucket whenever he wants to. Suddenly it's a 6-point game. Julius Randle. All right, now we're under 3 minutes, and it's a 7-point game. Too little too late, maybe, but there's a 3 by Dotson. There's 23 seconds to go. That's a 4-point game. And they had their chances. Obviously, 4 points at 23 seconds to go. You're going to have to get lucky and have to miss some free throws. The Pacers, 13 of 16 from the free throw line in that fourth quarter. They weren't missing their free throws.
I mean, that's not an organization, or this year we've seen at least, that beats themselves. And Victor Oladipo makes a big difference on that team. Tonight he only played 25 minutes out with a back injury. But a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, another double-double. He's a guy that has 4 triple-doubles already on the season, and his numbers bear out really close to a double-double in playing against the Knicks. You can't lose certain guys. You just can't. And we talked about that third quarter, and we probably will talk about that ad nauseum to an extent. The Pacers' offense is so much predicated on ball movement or movement without the basketball. So they're slipping and cutting and backdoor and T.J. Warren reverse layups.
Yeah, the T.J. Warren-Kevin Knox matchup, that got away from you.
You didn't do that at Georgetown? You did that at Georgetown.
We ran a little bit of Princeton. We did run a little Princeton. I just think part of that on defense is literally beat your man to your spot. Don't lose your man. We're in the NBA. Guys have bounce and boogie, may beat you one-on-one. But when an offense is more cutting, just get to the spot. Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, and I think, well, again, that matchup, though, certainly hurt the Knicks at the worst time when Kevin Knox was out there, and it got to a point where Mike Miller had to say, I got to get you out of the game, son, because you're hurting this team right now.